Hi all, welcome to my channel. I'm Will Wyvern. Today I want to talk about 7 tips that I think can enhance your practice. These are some basic things, questions I've had people ask me over the years, and this is what I have found works well in my practice, and also some people have told me it works well in theirs. So, as always, these are my thoughts, beliefs, and this is what works for me. I hope it works for you, and that's why I'm going to share these tips. Now, the first tip, very basic, get yourself some earplugs. Earplugs work great to filter out outside noise, filter out distractions, help you focus on your task, help you focus on what you're doing. Now, this is when you're casting a spell or doing a ritual or doing a cleansing. Whatever you're doing, try some earplugs. They're cheap. You could use the disposable ones like this, or if you got some, earplugs that you use with your phone or your radio or whatever, something to filter out the noise. Now with these, you can go ahead and pick something like a babbling brook or the sound of waves on the shore, just something in the background to help filter out that outside noise. Now, a couple people have told me they don't like the idea of wearing an earplug because it can block out the noise of a phone ringing, somebody calling, a ding on one of their messenger services, social media, somebody knocking on their door. And my reply is, if you're trying to do magic and you're worried about a phone coming in, or you're worried about a hit on one of your social media accounts, or you're expecting company, that's not the right time to do magic. You need to be focused on your magic. If you're thinking of an outside distraction, or if you're listening for an outside distraction, that's not going to help you do magic. The next one is darkness. Being in the dark. I ask, when people tell me their magic's not working, or they don't feel successful, or they don't feel close to their deity, I ask them, how are you practicing? In the middle of the day, the morning, out on the porch, outside? And then I suggest you need to be someplace dark. You need to be someplace where, again, the outside distractions, you're not looking at something or seeing something on the TV or, seeing a picture on the wall. You're not being distracted. You need to be able to focus on your spell. You need to be able to focus on the ritual that you're doing. You should not be distracted. Darkness is a great way. Turn off all the lights, use 1 or 2 small candles, just enough to light your space, just enough to let you focus on what you're doing. So that's the second way. The third thing I suggest, keep it short. Keep it easy. You do not have to do a 3-hour ritual every Saturday. You do not have to do an hour-long healing spell. You can if you want to. I have done it. There is a healing spell in my Book of Shadows that takes about an hour to prepare, 2 hours to do, and another hour to tear down. So I have to set aside an entire afternoon to do that one spell. You don't have to do that all the time. There are certain healing spells I have that don't take 15 minutes. Just keep it short. You don't have to make hour-long rituals. A 10-minute healing ritual, a 5-minute cleansing spell, a 15-minute, observance of your ancestors. Just something quick, something easy to set up. Just do it and then go on with your day. Keep it short. Keep it, do long things if you feel the need to, but, most of your spells, most of your rituals, if you're a solo practitioner, should be short, should be easy to do. The next thing I recommend, and I've recommended this before, document your spells or your rituals. Get a simple little binder, simple little notebook, and before you do your ritual, if you're going to do a healing spell, just write down in your book, February 13th, healing spell, 6 p.m. at night, whatever. Do your spell, and then once you get finished, once you're done, then go back to the book and then write how you feel. Felt successful, successful, felt in touch with my deity. I could actually feel the energy being pulled. Just make quick little notes. And that way you can look back at your growth. Look at how you're doing spells, how you're doing rituals, what worked, what didn't. Keep notes. Just one or two little lines. It doesn't have to be a full page of notes. Just simple little notes to, document your journey. Document your travel, how you grow, how you evolve. So that's the next way. The other one is change your space if you can. I know some people don't have a lot of options, people don't have a lot of space, but if you can change your space, if you usually do it in your bedroom, maybe try doing it in a closet or in your living room or your kitchen. I know people who do all their spells in their kitchen. If you always face north, try facing south. Try facing the moon. Try facing the sun. Try, mix things up. Change things up as much as you can. Find out what works. And that's going to be something really good to put in your notebook. It's like, tried facing south today when doing a healing spell. Felt really good. I felt easy. It felt easier to connect to the energy I was calling on. If you're doing elemental magic and you're calling the north, east, south, west points, maybe change directions every point. Instead of looking, actually physically move your body. Maybe stand up, sit down, however you want to do it. But that goes into the explore and experiment thing I always talk about. Try new things. If something's not working, don't stick with it. If something's not working, find what is going to work. Change things up, explore, experiment. That's going to help you grow in your practice. That's going to help you learn what works for you. Because like I've said before, just because it works for me, just because it works for somebody you follow on TikTok, or just because it's something you read in a book, that worked for that person. That may not work for you. You have to find what works for you. That's why you shouldn't get discouraged if you follow somebody on TikTok and they tell you do this, this, and this, or you follow me on YouTube and I tell you do this, this, and this, and it doesn't work. Use what I tell you as experience and as a foundation, and then explore different things, mix things up a little bit, and find what works for you. So that's the other thing you can do. Now, something that kind of ties into changing your space, you have to be comfortable. You have to be comfortable when you're casting your spells, working your magic. What works for you? Sitting on the floor, standing up, sitting in a chair. I knew someone who cast all their spells sitting on their bed. I know someone who cast all their spells standing up. Sit in a chair. Whatever is comfortable for you. Wear what's comfortable for you. Just because somebody tells you you have to wear this or don't wear this, it's what's comfortable for you. What are you comfortable in your own skin? Do you need to put on a robe or a long t-shirt or sweatpants? I've known people who wear several robes. They make a whole thing out of, what they wear for their spell casting. And I know other people who don't wear anything except jewelry. All they wear are their rings, their necklaces, whatever, their jewelry when they cast spells. It's whatever works for you. How do you feel comfortable? You have to be comfortable to cast spells, to work magic. The other thing is mindset. You have to be in the right mindset. If you want to work magic after coming home from work, you're tired, you're angry at the boss, frustrated with a coworker, that's not going to be conducive to a good, a magic session. If you've had a fight with your spouse or your children are screaming, or you feel sick, you feel tired, you don't have the energy, It's okay not to work magic. I've gone weeks without casting a spell. I've gone weeks without doing anything, cleansing something or healing, asking for healing. It's okay. If you don't feel all right, just let your deity know. Let the universe know, hey, I really want to cast a spell, but I just don't have the energy tonight. And that's another phase of this. It's okay to sit quietly with your deity. It's okay to sit quietly with your ancestors, your spirit guide, your spirit animal. If you've had a bad day, if you don't have energy, you can go ahead, sit quietly, look at Hecate. Hecate is great for that. She understands, she knows. If you want to sit down, light a single candle, place Hecate in front of you, just look into her face, feel her looking into your face, into your eyes, and just be quiet. Just enjoy her presence. Just enjoy her energy. And then you don't have to say anything. You don't have to do anything. Just sit quietly. Feel yourself calm down. Feel yourself relax. Because you have to be in the right mindset to work magic. So that's real simple. 7 things. Earplugs, block out the noise, focus. Darkness, again, that helps you to focus on what you're doing. Keep it short. Short ceremonies work just as fine as 3-hour-long ceremonies. Document your journey. Write down what you're doing. Write down any notes afterwards, how you felt, what you might have changed up, what works, what doesn't work. Simple. Change the space. Explore, experiment different positions, different places in your home, different places outside. Be comfortable. You don't have to do what other people tell you. If other people tell you you have to wear this or that, or not wear this, not wear that, again, that's what works for them. You have to find out what works for you. And being comfortable is one of the main things. And the last, mindset. Be in the right mindset to work magic. And it's okay if you don't want to do magic. You just want to sit down and enjoy the company of your god or goddess, or your ancestors, or your spirit guide. I have a friend. She is perfectly happy sitting still for 20, 30 minutes in the presence of her spirit guide, just feeling his presence. So it's whatever works for you. I hope those guidelines work, those tips work. If they don't work, fine. This is what works for me. I'm just giving you suggestions on finding out what works for you. As always, I wish you a blessed day, a blessed weekend. I hope your magic journey is a fruitful one and you grow every day. As always, thank you.